Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about what used to be one of the rarest vehicles in World of Tanks Blitz, the Chieftain T95. This is a Tier 8 premium British heavy tank, and it is a pretty nice one at that. Not a lot of people really like this tank, and it actually is quite cheap to get your hands on now, but in today's video, I figured, you know what, we're going to do a full down review on this tank and talk about some of the history it does have in Blitz, how it used to be one of the rarest tanks in the game, and now how it's not even that far. So the thing about the Chieftain is that when it first came into the game, he was in the 2017 Blitz Fair, and in that Blitz Fair, that's when the M60 first came back for people to actually buy, which nobody ever expected. But also, a Tier 8 vehicle called the Chieftain T95 that kind of slipped under everybody's radar also came into the game. Now, the Chieftain had a 1% drop chance on a special wheel that you would spend $50 every single time to get. Now, imagine spending $50 on a singular crate, and you had a 1% drop chance to get the Chieftain. That's pretty much what your chances were to get this vehicle when it had come into the super game for the 2017 Blitz Fair. So I probably dropped about $250, couldn't get my hands on it. I didn't even get the M60 either, which I already had, but yeah, I didn't get either of the tanks, and honestly, the Chieftain was probably just as rare as the IS-6 Fearless when it first came out in that Blitz Fair. Now, of course, about a year later, Wargaming did a event where you could have earned it for free, which is pretty nice, and I kind of was disappointed that they did that. I was happy because I didn't have the tank, but I was also kind of disappointed because of how rare the vehicle was. But at the same time, I actually really like the tank. It's got a lot of great statistics going for it. So, of course, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like it, by the way, just adding in, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below because it does help out the channel a crazy amount. But as I said, this tank does have great statistics going for it. Even though it does have some weak spots, the armor isn't necessarily the strongest everywhere. The upper plate is good. The turret armor is like 300 millimeters thick if you bounce it and it doesn't hit the cupola, but it also comes with a lot of weak spots like the lower plate, the side armor. That cupola is like 130, everything's going to pen it, so it's got really good armor, and at the same time it's got really bad armor. But the great thing about this tank is it's mobile. It goes 42 kilometers per hour forward, which of course is very nice. That means you're easily getting yourself in the position here. You can see I'm smoking most of the heavy tanks on my team here, able to get in the position pretty much as quick as some of the medium tanks on the enemy team. And the great thing about this tank is that it's got fantastic damage per minute. It's sitting at 225 damage per shot and a DPM of 2300. Now what that means is a vehicle like that Mod 1 is just going to fall apart to my gun. Like, its armor is like butter, as you can see here, easily penetrating shell after shell into that guy's frontal armor, and at the same time I've just got such a nice DPM. I'm able to punch him, you know, just ripping him to pieces as well. So we got the E50 off to the side. Let's see if we can start helping out my team even more. There's another nice shot into the Mod 1, and he's already taken out. Now we can plop on our adrenaline here, see if we can start penning some shells into the lower plate of this VK. There's one penetration. It's going to be quite tricky, though, to be fair, to get out some more, so let's see if we can get out another. There's another nice tap for 167. Let's see if we can keep pumping out these shells. There's another, and we've already managed to take off 600 from this poor VK. Now, that T-34 is probably aiming for that big cupola on the roof of my vehicle, and I wouldn't blame him, to be fair, but at the same time, we are still trying to get out shell after shell after shell. Nice fire as well on the VK, taking off 500 hit points there, a big 600 HP, actually, and we're still shooting him. Another fire on his tank, and, well, yeah, he's not doing too well, you can see, to be fair. And, yeah, we're just going to continue to get out the damage per shot in this battle. And this is honestly what makes the tank so strong, is just the gun on this tank is so good. You can see here, it just keeps getting out damage. It's got such nice penetration in general that the damage per shot doesn't matter in, you know, just at least a crazy amount, because you can see, again, I've ripped apart pretty much all the heavies here. Haven't lost any hit points myself because I played the tank correctly, and well, yeah, the enemy team did not do a crazy amount of damage against any one of us. So we've got the Celestial off to the side again. While he is a heavy tank, the thing is that I've got about 400 more damage per minute, which means I can push on this guy and pretty easily just rip him apart per shot. So here we go. Let's start shooting this Celestial. Come on, you know you want to play me. That thing goes backwards quick. It's very weird how quick that thing backs up. And I also have actually no clue where my shot went there. This thing's got great gun handling statistics. One thing people don't actually know is that dispersion at .308, it's got 212 millimeters of pen. It's got a 2.7 second aiming time. Those are some pretty dang nice statistics going for it. And you can see here, this is a good example of where really none of your shots miss in this vehicle. So that was a great example for the first game in the tank. The damage comes out like butter. It just keeps pouring out when you're using this tank. That was a 3,771 damage game, 90,000 credits dealt, and yeah, it's actually a fantastic tier 8 vehicle. So of course, let's load into one more battle here, see if we can keep up that good luck, or if we're gonna go down in a fiery ball of flames. So the great thing about the Chieftain is that it's not only strong against tier 9s, but of course it's extremely strong against tier 7s, and speaking of tier 7s, this is a very nice matchup for the tank. Now it does struggle against big alpha that has high damage per minute, or autoloaders, judging that they got an Emil 1 on the enemy team. Oh, I can tell you this thing really struggles against the Emil, because the Emil's got a very accurate gun. Not only that, but it's got good pen, and it cuts through this frontal armor like butter, at least on the lower part, and that's 900 hit points that's gone on my HP. And I can't out-trade him, so I gotta be very careful against tanks like the Emil, as well as the E75 TS. That's another very high DPM heavy tank. While it does have a longer reload than me per shot, it still does have around the same damage per minute, so I gotta be careful as well against an E75 TS, but I do have the accuracy, and in fact, I've got way more accuracy than a tank like those, so let's see if we can hit that Scorpion. Nice little tap into him there, and that's actually fine with me. I did not want to deal with the Scorpion, so the fact that there is no more Scorpion is, it's a miracle. I can say that. So let's see what we can do here. We got the Annihilator. We also got an SU-152 off to the side. There's a nice tap into him. We can back up in the cover now. Let's see if we can get out some more shots. Oh, SU-152 still sticking out his lower plate there. Let's put on our Adrenaline, maybe even get out another shell. Got the Annihilator as well. Well, that's already quite a bit of HP we've racked up for us, and we've got the IS-2 again. Now, yeah, this is just what the tank's good at doing. It's just good at racking out those damage numbers. Now, E75 TS I gotta be a little careful on, of course. It is gonna rip me apart, but at the same time, yep, we can shoot him right through that building, and hopefully we're gonna be able to continue to shoot him if we can. So there's 2 nice shots into the E75. I knew that I was going to out-reload him there, so that's 2 nice shots. He's fired again, which means we can pull out, get 3 nice shots into him, and yeah, that did hurt, though. That was just 633 HP. Thankfully, we got the bounce from the Annihilator, but yeah, I really don't like the Annihilator too much, to be fair. Not going up against, at least, because we can all agree the Annihilator is not a very fair and balanced tank. So we're getting out some nice shots, to be fair. We've penned a couple on the C75 TS so far, and we're going to continue to try and do so here. There's another nice tap, and we're going to back up before this Annihilator is able to shoot me, because, yeah, no thank you. Don't want to be hit by that anytime soon. So let's see if this Annihilator wants to test his luck. There you go. And he fired, which is perfect for me, because that means now we can push up here, try and get out some... Ooh, that's an Emil off to the side. Let's, oh, we can pen this turret, actually. I did not know that. Looks like we can penetrate an Emil turret, so let's try and do that one more time here. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's back up. Okay, so now we've got a longer reload, unfortunately. Our reload is actually quite a bit longer due to, I think it was an SU. Yeah, the SU hit us with an HE. But, you know what? Let's just fire an AP into the side of the Emil's turret there. Nice shot coming from the tank, and all that's left is, honestly, our driver is not dead. So, while we have lost a couple things on our tank, the driver is still working in pretty good condition, and take that little shot there. So that was still a 2,800 damage game. It wasn't the most damage, wasn't the worst, but, yeah, that was another very solid game to show the Chieftain T95. The armor, the Annihilator, yeah, when you have the lower plate, it's very easy to penetrate, but when you're playing it correctly, when you're playing it smart, the DPM just roars out of this thing like a beast, and it is really a strong tier 8 heavy. So again, I made today's video just because not only did I want to make a review, not only did I want to talk about how Blitz has changed in the meta, how a vehicle that used to be one of the rarest tanks in the game is now not even cared about when it comes into the stores because people just think it sucks. So I wanted to make a video, first of all, explaining that this tank is actually a very solid vehicle, but at the same time that meta's always changing, and a vehicle that's always rare currently, let's say like the tanks in the store currently, the Helsing, the Lycan, the Smasher crates. While these tanks are currently rare now, if you always wait, they'll probably come out cheaper. So if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like it, please make sure to consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Helps out the channel a crazy amount. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.